My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm making this video before I go jump in the shower. This is important, so I'm going to say things that need to be said. I'm going to probably commit suicide careerly with this video. But since I really don't have a career anyway, so it's not really career suicide if you don't have a career. Okay? So, here's the thing. I've had a really shitty start to the day. But that's nothing new. I said something in my other video about acting and people of color and stuff like that. People who are mixed. Because it's true. Alright? There are no writers in Hollywood that are mixed. Or if there are writers in Hollywood, they're not writing movies about us. Mixed race people. Alright? We do exist. Now, I will tell you the actors that look closer to white tend to get more of the roles. And in the casting calls, you know, if you can pass for white, you generally will get picked up. Yeah, it's like, oh, we like this person. They have an exotic look, but what they're really saying is, oh, we like this person, but you look closer to white than you do to what you're mixed with. Alright? And in my case, since most people have no idea what the fuck I am, let me make it clear for you one more time, if you're new to my channel, and the relevance to that is going to come right after. So first off, both my mother and my father's mothers and grandmothers are Cherokee. Alright? My mother's father was mixed with black, which is why my mom looks like a white lady who could pass for white. Her nickname's Premium Blend. My dad's dad was black. His mom was Native American. So I got a fair amount of Cherokee genes in me. Got a fair amount of black genes in me. And a little bit of white. Not a lot, but a little. But this is also Virginia, where there are strong Native American ties. And I think Cherokee and Iroquois are basically the same thing. Because the Powhite Reservation that I've been looking into, because my great-grandmother on my father's side comes from there, there's an Iroquois, but I was told we were Cherokee, so I'm going to have to do some serious DNA stuff in there. Now, the relevance of that is simple. If they're not looking for someone who's half Native American or looks Mexican or Samoan, I can't get the job. So, what do? Oh, I write scripts for people like me. I also made independent films for people like me to be the hero. For the person to have a Asian mom and a black dad, or a black mom and an Asian dad, or a Native American mom and a black dad, or a white mom and a black dad, or a white dad and a black mom, because we do exist. Throughout history, many people of multi-ethnicity have made their marks, but have never been stories about us. You know, sorry, I gotta get in the shower. But there's never been stories about us that put us over the threshold. You know, there have never been stories about us that you know, make the point of the fact that we are mixed, that we live in two different worlds, because we do. Now, if you're not mixed, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So, everything I'm saying is over your head. So let me break it down for you. One of the most famous Americans of today who is mixed is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm not in a Twitter war with him because I don't have Twitter. I'm not trying to be in any war with him because I don't want any problem with that man. I like him. I'm a big ass fan. He gets all the roles. The problem is he gets all the roles. You know, so some of us no-name actors like myself will never be discovered because when the casting calls come through here, they're not looking for people like me. And why are they not looking for people like me? Because the writers are generally white or black. So they will write a story specifically for a character to be white or black. Now, unless it's like an Asian story, which again I will not fit in unless they're going to do something with Native Americans because I look more Native American than I do black. However, if they're not looking for a Native American or someone who looks like they can be half Native American, then I won't get to work. Y'all can see I'm two-tone. Alright, this is not a lighting trick. I just wear short sleeve shirts. Alright? So yeah, I like a fucked up Farmer Jack with two-tone skin. Alright? So again, if they're not looking for a slightly built 5'3" guy who could pass for a Cherokee Indian, yeah, I'm not gonna get work. Because there are no movies, unless you remember True Heart with Val Kilmer, who played a Native American and a white guy who went to a reservation to do a job, who was also an FBI agent. Now, that's a pretty good movie. I have no idea if Val Kilmer is part Indian or not. It's like they said that Johnny Depp is. So, again, I have no idea. I'm not looking into that because if they are, congratulations. However, there are very few Native Americans working outside of Wes Studi and Graham Greene, Adam Beach, and the dude from Law and Order, Benjamin Bratt. Now there are, like I said, very few Native American actors working. Those were the 5 males that I can name. I can't name any of the females, but I know they're there. I can't name them. Now, when it comes to my buddy The Rock, he's only made one movie, literally, where his parents were mixed, and that was Walking Tall. Okay? So why don't we have any more movies like that? Because we do exist. We do exist. People who have parents of different colors, we do exist. And there are no movies with us in them. You understand? There's no movies with us in them. There are no superhero comic book characters with us in them. Or if we do exist in comic books, they're never really acknowledged. Alright? Those are like the heroes that aren't big and aren't really acknowledged. And you're like, okay, well, how does this work? So, you know, how can, okay, let me reverse a little bit. There are no superheroes that are mixed or they are not acknowledged. Well, okay, if you follow the comic, unless it's been retconned, Jessica Jones and Power Man have a baby boy who's mixed when he got fucked up in the Skrull invasion or the second Secret War or whatever the hell it was he got fucked up in back in 2010. Jessica Jones was pregnant with his baby, and they moved to Canada so they would be out of the big mutant fuck-up thing that was going on with the Marvel Universe. But again, we do exist, but there's no superheroes that are functionally mixed that you can really acknowledge in the Marvel or the DC Universe. So y'all can both suck on that because it's the truth. Unless some things have been retconned and things have changed. I haven't picked up a comic since 2010, so I don't really know. But I will tell you this, there are no mixed race superheroes that I know of from the 60s to now that I know of. And if there are, it's because they've probably been retconned and people like me have probably made enough complaints. Or, in any case, we haven't made enough complaints for Hollywood to sit there and systemically make a movie with somebody who has different race parents. Yeah, because love is blind, truthfully. And you can't help who you fall in love with. But if you do fall in love and procreate and you're both of different races, you get someone like me who exists. I'm making it. It's called We Exist for a Reason. We do exist. This has nothing to do with racism. And then it has everything to do with racism at the core. Alright? So I say that because in Hollywood, Brandon Lee is half Chinese and half white. He made maybe 7 movies. And in his movies, only one movie that he acknowledged his white side. Technically 2 movies. So I'm going to tell you those 2 movies. In those 2 movies, Showdown Little Tokyo, where he acknowledged that one of his parents was Japanese. Even though in real life, his daddy was Chinese. Right? In Showdown Little Tokyo, Brandon Lee, he was an officer who teamed up with my boy Dolph Lundgren in a Chinese restaurant. They got to fighting with each other and the bad guy got away. So you guys should check that out, Showdown Little Tokyo. Brandon Lee plays a guy who's part Japanese. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to be dead. Best line ever before you kick somebody into a vat of alcohol. Did you drink? Gave it a little extra flavor. Anyway, that being said, in that movie, he acknowledges that he had either a white mother or a Japanese mother. I can't remember because it's been a long time since 1988, 89, somewhere in there, when the movie was made. Then in the next movie he made called Rapid Fire, he played a guy named Jake Lowe. He acknowledged that he had a Chinese father, and I think his character had a white mom. And his dad was ran over by a tank in that movie, and they acknowledged that shit. And he was a witness to a crime, and then he delivered the best line ever in a torture scene, where the guy said, "First I'm going to break your rib, rib by rib, then I'm going to break your fingers, finger by finger." He looks up at the guy and goes, "Knock yourself out." Alright? So, like I said, best lines ever. Systemically, there aren't that many mixed actors in Hollywood because there's no roles for us. I hope to have changed that, but clearly my YouTube channel hasn't been able to do that. I haven't been able to post up movies. My best shit was stolen, and all my stuff, my character is mixed with either or a Native American father or mother, a black or white father or mother, an Asian father or mother. I don't give a damn which one it is. It just depends on the character's last name, because systemically, I only know ethnicities by last names. Alright? So, that being said, you have to look at who's writing these scripts. So, clearly, a white man's writing scripts when the hero is predominantly a white man. A black man is writing a script when the hero is predominantly a black man. Or if it's a black or a white woman. However, none of them are talking to people who are mixed. So why is this happening? Because we do exist. I'm living proof that mixed people do exist. I've had this mixed war all my life with, "Hey James, are you black? Are you white? What do you mix with?" This is an everyday thing for me. I'm 44, so that should tell you that I've been through this time and time again. The first time that people seen my mom back in middle school and grade school, they found out I was mixed, and I had tried to keep that shit like the biggest fucking secret ever. Alright? And I will explain that. The kids that went with me to Berlin Moran already seen my mom. I went through hell the first time I got in trouble in school, and my mom had to come get me. And every day after that, I had every mixed race joke that ever existed. Hey, half-breed, hey, zebra, etc., etc. Because it's like, "James, you have a white mom." I never knew my mom was white, because she's not white. She's mixed. She just looks very white, because her father had a white grandfather or a white father, and that's why she could pass for a white woman. There are plenty of us in existence, and just because you don't see us doesn't mean we're not there. Understand where I'm going with that? Good, because you need to understand where I'm going with that. Secondly, it carried on from like the third grade to the fifth grade. In the fifth grade, my fifth grade English teacher, at least I think she was an English teacher. I don't know what Miss Conrad taught, and God rest her soul if she's not alive. And if she is alive, thank you very much, Miss Conrad. I will thank you for this until the day I die. Miss Conrad is the one that made me find out that I was part Native American, because I just thought I was black. Up until it got pointed out, I just thought I was black. Alright? So, after she acknowledges, and after my mom whooped my ass for that 37 bars of soap that I carved up that nothing looked like a fucking canoe, and then I started thinking back to before my great-grandmother had passed, and that explained why her skin tone was different and why her eyes were slanted. So I was like, oh, so grandma's Native American. Now, it took until I got to college to find out that Native Americans were actually Asian. So that should tell you somewhere in school they fucked up. Right? So for those who don't know, if you are of a Native American descent, your ass is Asian. If it wasn't for my Korean friend, IK, I would have never known that Native Americans were Asian, and I would have went on with the lie believing that we were from Atlantis. Yeah, we're not from Atlantis. We're just the nomads from Asia who just got tired of staying over there. We assimilated some Russian blood. We walked across this thing called the Bering Straits, aka the Land Bridge, and then we became Eskimos and splintered off into Native American tribes. Let's make sure you guys know that Native Americans are Asian and Eskimos are also Native Americans, because most of the tribes started in Alaska. And then they splintered off. Some went to Greenland, some went to Canada, and all the way down to the South American tip of Chile, or whatever the last continent state is down in South America. But all of you motherfuckers are Asian. Even the Amazon Native Americans are Asian. Alright? Got that? Good. But no one's writing stories about mixed race people. Why is that? What's the problem? You're looking at one right now. You're staring dead at me. You've been looking at me for 15 minutes. And I don't have a role. There's no superhero role like me. On Marvel or DC, not even Dark Horse. No one has a role for mixed race people. There are no superheroes of mixed race. There are no supervillains of mixed race. They're either one or the other. Skull Hunter is a Native American who fought the X-Men. Forge is a Native American that is an X-Man, who also killed the X-Men to save the world from that great wizard that I can't remember his name is. In the DC Comics, well, technically it was Hanna-Barbera who came up with Apache Chief and Samurai and Black Bolt, because DC didn't have those characters. DC probably owns them now, but at the time in the 70s and the 80s, DC didn't really have those characters. Their basically first black character was probably Cyborg or John Stewart, the Green Lantern. And they did this so that people would not want to not buy their comics. But, you know, for a black kid, when I grew up, all my DC heroes, the only ones I knew were always white. Batman was white, Superman was white, Flash was white, Kid Flash was white, everybody was white. Do I have a problem with that? Fuck no. They're superheroes. And you should never judge a superhero just because he doesn't look like you. He's still a superhero. His job is to save people. His color should not matter. Well, by the time the 90s got here, everything started getting changed. By the time 2000s got here and started breaking into the birth of the rebirth, and what's the other one? Infinite Crisis, where they started changing everybody's ethnicities and backstories and retconning the fuck out of everything. And not only was that a big fuck up for Marvel and DC, but they still fucked it up with no mixed superheroes. So if we don't have mixed superheroes, I can't play anyone. Well, I can, but who would it be? Because I don't look black to black people. I don't look black to some people at all. But I'm also not just black. But I do acknowledge my black side. You know, I acknowledge it. I don't deny it. I'm not ashamed to be black until somebody black does something stupid like go to China and steal glasses when you come from money. Alright? So now I can't go to China because I'm afraid they're going to judge me on what some other black person has done. Yay me. Now, that being said, I'm probably going to have to make a part 2 of this because we're past the 15-minute mark. In fact, I will make a part 2 because we're at the 18-minute mark. So be ready. Part 2's coming, and then I'm jumping my ass in the shower because I got things to do.